After 8 years of cancellations, a quick cameo in Smash Bros, dead projects, and Capcom pretending Mega Man didn't exist, he finally came back, and he also brought the milk too. Mega Man 11 was announced in 2017 with a trailer showing the entire history of the series, and Kid Me nearly had a heart attack watching it. And honestly, it wasn't too surprising. Fans had been begging Capcom to bring Mega Man back for years, after cancelling basically everything. But now the Blue Bomber is finally back, and unlike Mega Man 9 and 10, Capcom wasn't trying to crawl back to the NES era again. Mega Man 11 fully modernized the series with a brand new art style, new mechanics, and one of the biggest gameplay changes to the classic series had ever seen while keeping what worked before it. After all these years, can Mega Man 11 live up to what came before it? But before we get into it, if you like the video, please comment, like, and subscribe as it helps out. So let's continue. Mega Man finally has all his moves back too. The slide returns, the charge shot returns, and Rush actually gets button mapped instead of having to open up the menu every 5 seconds. But the new main gimmick is the double gear system, and honestly, this thing carries the entire game. To an extent, of course, but we'll get into that part later. One gear slows you down, letting you dodge attacks like you've entered Ultra Instinct, while the other one boosts Mega Man's power so much that bosses basically explode, especially with their weakness. And if you're low on health, you can do both at the same time, but you'll be vulnerable to attacks after. It really is a last resort and a definition of a glass cannon. I think this setup works well for Mega Man 11, and I hope dual override continues this trend. The stages also take advantage of the double gear system, but it's kinda like in Sonic Colors with the Wisps. If you're skilled enough, you won't need them, but the skill ceiling is way higher than Colors. But also kinda like Sonic Colors, if you get beat, he'll act like Tails in that game. And one more thing that the game doesn't have is seizures, so another point. I don't know what they were thinking with that port, but it was entertaining at the time to see. But getting back on topic, the double gear system is fun, but it does take a bit to get used to. You can also get items from the shop to make things way easier. Speaking of the shop, I swear the knockback in this game is hell because if you're near any bottomless pits, Mega Man will pull a Freebird Kratos death. One is only useful for Tundra Man stage, where you don't slip as much, but there's no climbing ladders faster, so the game is basically unplayable. 7 out of 10, too much water, well, acid, and no climbing ladders faster, so. But the levels are very fair and balanced, except Bounce Man, kinda. The last section though is just annoying and tedious, especially if you mess up the jump, but it does make sense to punish the player, or if he messes up and falls down like an idiot at the last section. Now the guy who got this gameplay. Guys, it was my little brother that played it, I swear. He has a blindfold. I never played the game. I never die in any games, trust me. But besides that, the game is very fair, and a lot of groups are kind of on new or accidental stuff. I really like Fusion Man's levels, Blast Man, Torch Man, and of course Block Man. They're very fun and balanced. I see Torch Man's level getting a lot of hate, but when you get used to it, it's honestly fine, or just use Tundra Man's weapon. Or you could just get good at the game. I really like the design of the robots this time. They all feel special and unique, while standing out from one another. I really like Fusion Man, Tundra Man, Torch Man, and Impact Man. And the rest also look very good. The last man looks like Bakugo from My Hero Academia. I also like Block Man, and he's kind of the mascot of this game. And especially when he uses the double gear system. He will change shape, and same with Impact Man. The rest uses speed gear or not much of a change. Like Fusion Man will teleport around, and Tundra Man will dance around. And one more will be Acid Man swimming around, and Blast Man will just shoot out bigger bombs. And you can also see in Acid Man stage, just a little cameo, you can see him flying around, like Big the Cat in Sonic Adventure 2. I didn't know where else to mention it, but it's pretty cool. So let's go over the story quickly, and we get a flashback at the beginning of the game where Dr. Wily and Dr. Light were younger, talking about the double gear system. It was rejected by everyone due to how dangerous it was. Wily leaves, and years later he remembers his research. Took a few games, but okay, Wily. I figured something like that would happen in the second game, but okay. Though later on we do see Dr. Light reflecting on what happened with him and Wily. Dr. also wants to make amends with Dr. Light, but after all that happened after all these games, I don't think it's too likely, and especially with what we know in the X series too. So 8 robots come in just for repairs and maintenance, but Dr. Wily comes in and starts to take them. Rock or Mega now. Man, why did they change that? Better than Aki though. Rock suits up back into Mega Man, and we rinse and repeat. We gotta take out 8 robots. I do like the cutscenes, even though they were a bit limited, but expressive enough. But why is Raw such an asshole to poor Auto? And will Dr. Light ever finish that turkey leg? Maybe we'll find out in Dual Override. So after being all 8 Robomonsters, we find Dr. Wily's secret base. Not so secret of how big it is, but I do hope for one thing really quickly I want to mention is, in the middle of the game we get Rush back, but I really hope we can get a mid-stage or something. I really miss those. They add a bit of variety and I just really like them. Though the Wily stages are fine, some enemies and Wily 1 are placed in unfairly parts, which make it a bit annoying. But not as annoying as the Yellow Devil returning. You gotta time Blastman's weapon with the gear and hope you can tank some hits, and use your E-tanks wisely and it does make the fight a bit easier. But don't look at my health. Ay caramba, míos Dios, or Dios mío, I don't know. I haven't seen enough Spanish dramas.
Lo siento, Wilson!
Fire 2 is more forgiving and fair. We get chased like in Torchman's level, but we can't cheat and we have to beat these things that look like the things out of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We also got one classic staple come back to boss rush, but I'm glad it's in a single room and we don't have to do some stage for it. I made a joke ages ago in one video about a Mario Maker level design, but I think they heard what I said and I guess went back in time and made an Auto Mario level, well, Auto Mega Man. And shouts to Mega Man Maker, the fan game. I forgot to mention my console Mega Man games video, which you should check out after if you like the video so far. Do the YouTube stuff quickly if you're still here and watching. So after all that, we make it to Wily, and the fight is actually pretty fun once you get the hang of it. But don't look at the polygon weakness thing, those lying assholes. It's Acid Man for phase 1, not Tundra Man, and phase 2 is Fuse Man, not Acid Man. Come on, Polygon, actually do some research. Thank you. Saying the Mega Buster is the weakness for Yellow Devil, I caramba, I can't. Holy laugh, but it's like I haven't done that before. But ignore that one video, but you know, check it out after. Wink wink, nudge nudge. So after we take down Dr. Wily, like I said, Dr. Light tries to make amends, but Wily won't accept it and says he'll return Avengers Mega Man 12. Auto, Light, and Mega Man escape with the robots. They get fixed up while Roller still being an asshole to pull Auto. Man, that guy can never catch a break. At least he has a personality now, so it's kinda cool. Sorry, Otto. I do want to say the voice acting is pretty good, but you can tell it's a budget game, but a great one though. With the animation, sometimes the voices feel a bit robotic, but it's way better than 8 and really not noticeable unless you've played a bit. And some voices don't sound like it's being recorded at 3 AM again. So that concludes Mega Man 11. The game is the best selling in the series, and I think it gave Mega Man a good head start. We had a lot after 11, we had lots of legacy collections, we're only waiting on the Legends game to get one. But for a mainline game we've had to wait 9 years as Mega Man Dual Ride comes out next year. And it inspired me to make these videos and do this little series. So thanks for those who watched and joined the channel, seeing the improvements and some of my earlier not so good videos, but I'm trying my best to find my footing. But I do have more videos planned and I hope you all do the YouTube stuff like comment, like and subscribe. Until next time guys, I'll see you later and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.